The guy's
It
got
fits
a lot of
into
experience.
the 10 to 15 years
say
tenure.
nine.
like
It's a good career move. It's the same size, it's about the same size deal. But I tell you guys, I really, if you're getting somebody back here that has roots, I mean, to me, that's very, very important.
Before we go back and re-added the situation, number 9 was one of my top 3. 1, 6, and 9. My top 3.
I like the history of people being around there. That's one of the other things I looked at was where they're from, if they have ties back here. Because I went over to Carlisle and, it was a 4-hour drive back to see my family. As soon as the job came back here, we came home. It's not technically where I grew up, but it's home, so. Sorry. I enjoyed working out there. I wouldn't change it. I learned a lot out there. But
I don't know if you remember now, but when I was first talking to you, I said, talking to you about who you're gonna get to apply, I said, you will get people from the coast. I said, when you do, a lot of times, and in this case, East Coast, West Coast, both times, they have ties back here. This is where they wanna come back. And you're right, it's very strong. I really think you'd be remiss to skip this person.
Yeah, I'd skip all the
Very
rest.
strong.
If we'd skip him, I'd skip all the rest and have a redo, because I just think I think he's heads and shoulders above everybody else.
I don't like how the last place ended, but I can understand that circumstance.
Yeah.
You get stuff like that, unfortunately, with different agencies and stuff you work with, so.
So we're talking 1, 2, 6, and 9 at this point?
And 7's mixed in the middle there too. That'd be 6 of them.
Well, if you'd like to
and
go
3.
with 9, then we have 7 and 3 left, as to decide between those two. I would highly recommend.
Yeah,
We are going for 6, or we're not going to go for 6?
6 is a lot.
I think 6 is a lot.
I would say,
Didn't we have an alternate the last time?
Yeah,
No.
we'll have an
We went
alternate
flat
this
5?
time.
Yeah.
No, we just went with the 5.
Okay.
So what's our ones we're looking at that you sent?
We're down to candidate 3 and candidate 7.
So
Which
can
one
we
of those
change
do
a
we
vote?
wanna take?
Richard, I'm getting the sense that everybody's okay with adding number
9.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Getting that.
Can we change the vote? Just want to make sure.
Yeah,
Take a lot, you only got 1 down there for 11, take that off and move it up to 9.
okay.
You
Say
know,
what?
I voted for 11, you've only got 1
Oh.
11, take it off.
Well, I think we'll do a revote.
12.
To be honest, actually, as well as that one, I accidentally wrote down 4.
I think number 12.
I think we need to
should
just
stay.
do another vote rather than taking them off and moving them up and all this
No,
stuff.
it doesn't really affect anything, Bonnie, if he moves it up.
Let's
It's just,
let's discuss. Okay, we got
because we're gonna
1,
do
2,
9 anyways.
Look, we got 1, 2, 3, 7, and 9. Those are the 6 that we have.
Right.
Let's discuss those 6 that we're gonna have.
Gotcha.
And then let's re-vote on which ones we wanna rank in order of which we're gonna do, because then we'll have the top 5
We're
come.
not ordering, we're
The
just-
one will be an alternate,
We're just grabbing.
all right?
5.
Yeah.
We got 1, 2, 3, 6, 7, 9. Is that what you said?
Yep.
Okay.
I left it as it is.
No.
And then, once we've discussed, we have 3 and 7, which we've discussed. Anybody more discussion on that, on those 2?
On 3 and
Between
7.
3 or 7?
I actually thought 7 should stay where he is, but I kind of went with him because I hadn't chose much on the front 6. I thought I better choose somebody,
Well,
to be
now-
honest.
Now that I've got some clarification on 3, that was kind of my,
Okay. So, do you want to revote then from out of those 6 and see where we rank them? That work for you guys, or what do you guys have an idea?
I think the place to go right now is to take the final 2.
The best 2?
No, the last
Oh,
2.
the last
Which
2.
would be 7 and 3.
Okay.
Make the
And
decision.
To choose on one of those 2.
Yeah. Use the blank side and choose between 7 and 3. How about that?
Okay.
Does that make sense?
No.
Down to 2. We have 4 already identified.
1, 2, 6, and 9.
1, 2, 6, and 9.
Oh, so we're just voting between which now?
7 and 3.
7 and 3.
And one will be our fifth one and the other one
In
will
other
be our
words, you want
alternate.
one number, right?
Yeah, one number, 7 and 3.
7 or 3.
Can't vote twice.
I did the last
At
time.
least there's gonna be no
That's
chance.
what I'm talking about.
Yeah, there's gonna be no chance of a split, is there?
That's big enough, I can see that.
Sure.
So in like number 7's jobs, the city administrator is same as the city manager, just a different?
Yeah, just the
Different
name.
I haven't voted
Just the-
yet.
Oh, okay.
The differences are slight.
On the other side.
The administrator has to work more with the council on management prerogatives. Oftentimes, city manager can hire and fire without the council approval. Administrator, unless the council usurps that power, has to go through the council. The council's the final authority on hiring and firing.
So the city manager can hire and fire like who? Like anybody?
Department
City-
heads?
Huh?
City manager
Department
can
heads
hire and fire. When I was city manager in Maplewood, I hired and fired everyone, except police officers under the civil service commission. So the chief, the fire chief, I mean, you name it. The only position I didn't hire were police officers and the appointed city attorney.
I tell you what, I don't really feel comfortable, and maybe I didn't realize that Steve had that power, but whether we call it city administrator, I don't really feel comfortable with the city manager having that type of authority. I
He's the
think
supervisor of all the city employees.
he can supervise them,
Yeah.
that's great, but when it comes to hire and fire, I'm not sure that I buy into
I
it.
think he still has to have approval in our bylaws.
Well,
He's just
Oh.
saying titles in
I'm
some
talking
towns.
I know,
about
but-
generally what the
Yeah.
title differences
Okay.
are.
Yeah,
It all depends on, the
Mind
amount
you,
of
that was
authority
probably
you
my-
give.
right.
Okay, so it's, cause I don't really feel comfortable with it as,
But Mike, if you take a look at Charles City where Steve went to, he actually has more authority up there than he did down here, and he's a city administrator.
Yeah.
okay, but maybe it's
change
just
that
a,
name, that's all.
I don't care what we call them, I just, if,
95% of the job is the same. It's nuances with community to community.
Right.
okay, but I just, I guess, I want it to be clear, I wanna understand whether or not our city manager needs council approval to hire and fire.
Then you need to look at his job description.
Well, then we
It's in the
should.
book- That's in the book.
Yeah, okay,
And if there's things in there you have questions, then we need to discuss
So-
those to
so-
see if we wanna update his job description before we
Yeah,
hire
If I
someone.
may, if we start talking or
no,
transgressing this
I
area, we're
just,
gonna
I
change
just wanna understand this, John,
I know,
I
but we're
just
gonna
wanna
change the
understand.
parameters of the game.
I
We can't
just,
do that
no,
now.
I just wanna understand. From the people who have read this, I mean, I'm inexperienced at it, does our city manager in the book have the right to hire and fire the people?
Yes.
But I'm thinking he has to have, doesn't he have to have the final firing?
We'll have to
approved
look
by-
into
Okay.
it. Right
No?
now, we're
No?
not gonna keep
No?
going
Okay.
through it.
It doesn't
I don't
matter,
know,
but I
so.
just, I don't, that's
Okay,
just
what's our
something.
total for our last one?
I haven't voted yet.
Oh, you're still missing Mike.
Missing two, actually.
Is it,
Um,
you didn't do yours yet either?
Well, it does matter, because right now,
Cause whatever, one
Okay,
of,
it's number 7, 3 and 7?
Yep, choose one, two, and two.
and the top one will be number 5 of our choices, and the other one will be our alternate.
Put him in order
Right,
again.
okay,
No, we're just,
No,
one or the other.
just
voting
Just
for one.
One number.
one number, 3?
oh, sorry. Oh, well, okay. I can see by this that we've gotten nowhere.
4 to 4? 4 to 4?
4 to 4.
Okay,
What? Still 4 to 4?
Now, yeah, you guys tied 4 to 4.
Let's flip a coin.
Okay, for 50 cents, give me 50 cents and I'll change my vote.
Can we have?
I can make you make this really easy. When it comes to actually voting, the mayor doesn't have a right to vote. So you eliminate my number.
And we don't know
What's
what
your
yours
number?
is, unless your name's on
I
it.
can tell you,
Okay.
if you wanna go that route, that's,
have to
I'm
tell
just all for that.
I
On this
think-
last,
You think
and
we're
just
gonna
this
have more
last
discussion?
two, just
I
this
think
last
the
two.
mayor should be involved.
Well, you guys wouldn't let
No.
Carl have any rights.
Carl was involved when we selected.
Yeah,
the
he
other
According to that
candidate.
letter I passed
Oh,
out.
he did.
Well, let's have a little bit more discussion on
But
it
yeah,
too.
let's just discuss
Maybe-
these
maybe just
two again and
have a
see
little
which
more
ones and
discussion.
see if anybody wants to change it.
Where's your biggest pain, or what are the things you wanna accomplish?
Okay, Danny,
Looking at number
is
3.
when it came time to approve the contract, that's a vote by the council. But everything up to that point, Carl was involved knee-deep to alligators.
I think those are just past history things we really don't wanna get into tonight.
Okay, I can vote and probably change the whole thing, so I'm ready for a revote.
You gonna change the whole thing?
If everybody votes the same,
We can just vote again and see if two, three
Yeah, we
people,
can- you
the
wanna
2 or
vote
3
again?
people change and we're
See,
back to 4 and
you just
4
wanna
being
keep
different
voting.
numbers.
Does everybody wanna stay with their vote?
Yep.
Yeah.
I can live with 3. I voted 7, but I can live with 3, if that's what we wanna do.
And then use 7 as the alternate.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Works for me.
Does that work with everybody?
then you want me to tell you after we do this what my vote was, what number I had?
7. Was it 7? It was 3, so it would've gone the
I
other way.
would have gone to 7 if you'd eliminated my vote.
If,